Today I want to talk about the effects of sleep deprivation on REM sleep. Hey guys, welcome back to Tipharot, it's me Matt here, and today is another lucid dreaming related video. In particular though, I'm talking about REM, or rapid eye movement sleep. This is a stage of sleep in which you need to be in order to lucid dream, or to dream in general. But this stage of sleep is a bit of a problem for us because you actually need to sleep for a particular amount of time to get into it. So that's why you have all these methods where you sleep for say 6 hours, wake up, an alarm, and then perform a method. And that can be annoying. But I've observed something over the years, and certain other people have mentioned the same. And I'm gonna, preface this with saying that I don't actually have a, deep enough scientific understanding of the different sleep stages and so on to understand why this happens. But I've observed that when I'm sleep deprived or when I'm very, very, very tired, I seem to enter into REM a lot quicker. Now, in fact, this is why I actually made this video. A few days ago, this happened to me. I just couldn't fall asleep. I basically couldn't fall asleep because I knew I had to be up really, really early. I had to be up at like 7 in the morning. And lately I've been going to sleep quite late. As you may know of me, my sleep pattern tends to kind of deteriorate over time, so I was going to sleep really, really late. And so that wouldn't have given me much sleep if I had to get up at 7. So I tried to go to bed early at like 10 or 11 or something like that. Tossed and turned in bed for hours and hours and I just couldn't fall asleep. I have this problem. If I know I have to be up really early and I'm strapped for time left to sleep, I don't have much time left to sleep, then I just get anxious about the fact that I might not fall asleep on time, I might not get enough sleep. And so that itself prevents me from falling asleep. So I was there tossing and turning for hours and I just knew that I wasn't going to get a full night's sleep at this rate. So, I'm tossing and turning and I decided to get up for a bit and just use the computer, just so I'm not associating my bed with the constant tossing and turning. I used the computer for a bit and then I went back to bed and I tossed and turned some more for hours and hours, and it was finally like 6:30. I think it was like 6:30 in the morning. So only half an hour before I had to get up. And I was laying there and, it was light outside and everything, and I just didn't feel like I was going to fall asleep. I fell asleep briefly for like 10 minutes. And during that time, I ended up having a lucid dream. And it wasn't that I'd gone to sleep earlier, because I hadn't gone to sleep. The last time I'd been asleep was like 24 hours earlier. So it wasn't a case of me, having slept recently. I fell asleep for like 10 minutes and I went straight into REM and straight into a lucid dream. So that tells me that REM is affected by how tired you are. And this makes sense. REM does vary. I always teach you guys, that it happens in 90-minute cycles, but that's just the standard. That's not always the case. Under the influence of certain substances or in certain states and so on, your REM periods shift around and change. And so it seems like sleep deprivation or just being really, really tired has an effect on that. Now this wasn't, me being super sleep deprived. All it was me falling asleep, a few hours later than normal. But all that tossing and turning and stuff seemed to have an effect. Maybe just laying in bed for that time actually had an effect on my REM. I don't actually have an explanation for why this happened, but this is interesting and I did want to bring this up because, I know for some people this might actually be easier. I do not suggest getting sleep deprived. That is not going to help you. That's a bad idea. It's unhealthy and so on. But, if it's a weekend or something and you normally go to bed quite early, don't do this if you go to bed late anyway, because this is just going to mess up your sleep pattern. If you normally go to bed like really early, then you can try, one night, going to bed, say like 3 or 4 hours later, and seeing if you get into REM quicker. Just perform a method right away, or just go to bed with the goal of lucid dreaming. Because another aspect of this is that when I'm very, very tired, when I'm a little bit sleep deprived, when I go to bed a bit later than normal, what I notice is that I don't actually have to perform a technique. I didn't perform a technique that night when I got lucid. I just got lucid because I tend to have kind of more vivid and weird dreams when my sleep goes like that. So that might be the same for you, it might work. And if you're sleep deprived for any reason, maybe you're travelling around the world or something and you're in another country, you've just been on a long flight and so on, and you've been up for nearly 24 hours, then use that. That might be a good time to actually try lucid dreaming. Don't get yourself into that state on purpose, but if you're in that state already, maybe it's worth using. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and if you did, you should check out my mailing list down below, because every week I send out little lucid dreaming tips and thoughts and so on, just some of the things going through my head with regards to lucid dreaming and other subjects. And I send them out in an email to everyone on my mailing list. It's completely free to sign up, so check it out down below and sign up to that. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, remember to subscribe up there for more. Also, check out my Patreon page if you're interested in supporting the channel, it means a lot. Thank you guys for watching, take care.